Hello dear students, welcome to a new math session. In this session, we'll be working on part 4 of the geometrical concepts. The first concept that we're going to work on today is the accumulative angles. Accumulative angles are the angles that they have sum of 360 degrees. So here, the measure of angle DBA plus the measure of angle DBC plus the measure of angle CBA is 360 degrees. So these three angles are accumulative angles. Let's check exercise number 1. In each figure, find the measures of the required angles. As you can see here, angle AMC and angle AMB and angle BMC, they are accumulative angles. So their sum is 360 degrees. So to find the measure of angle BMC, it is 360 minus the sum of 120 and 100. So angle BMC has a measure of 140 degrees. Here, the question wants us to find the measure of angle BCD. So the measure of angle BCD is 360 minus the sum of 80, 70, and 100. So the measure of angle BCD is 110 degrees. As long as the three angles are equal in measure, so the measure of angle AMC is 360 divided by 3, so each one is 120 degrees. The second concept that we have today is the vertically opposite angles. Sometimes it's called the VOA. If two straight lines intersect, then each two vertically opposite angles are equal in measure. If we have these two straight lines, then the two angles, which are angle CEB and angle AED, are called the vertically opposite angles. So in the opposite figure, AB straight line intersects CD straight line at point E. Then, as we said, the measure of angle CEB is equal to the measure of angle AED as a vertically opposite angles. And also, the measure of angle AEC is equal to the measure of angle BED also as a vertically opposite angles. Let's go now to exercise number 2. In each figure, find the measure of the required angles. Question number 1. The question wants us to find the measure of angle HMD, this angle. The measure of this angle is 120 divided by 2, which is 60 degrees. So this angle is 60 degrees. Why is it 60 degrees? Because the measure of angle AMD is equal to the measure of angle BMC, which is equal to 120 degrees, because they are vertically opposite angles. Question 2. How can we find the measure of angle DMB, this angle? Angle DMB is equal to 120 degrees. Why? Because the measure of angle CME equals the measure of angle EMA equals the measure of angle AMD, and all of this is equal to 180 degrees divided by 3, which is 60 degrees. Then the measure of angle CMA equals the measure of angle DMB, which is equal to 2 times 60 degrees, which is 120 degrees. Question 3. So this was question 1, this was question 2, and now we're doing question 3. Question 3, the question wants us to find the measure of angle AMH. AMH, you will see that it's equal to 70 degrees because the measure of angle AMD is equal to the measure of angle CMB equals 150 degrees as a vertically opposite angles. Then the measure of angle AMH is 150 minus 80, which is 70 degrees. The next concept is the bisector of an angle. The bisector of an angle is a ray that divides the angle into two angles which are equal in measure. As you can see in the figure at right, BD ray bisects angle ABC. Then the measure of angle ABD is equal to the measure of angle DBC. Exercise number 3. In the following figure, find the measure of the required angle. As you can see here, the question wants us to find the measure of angle YML. Since the measure of angle EMX plus the measure of angle EMZ is 180 degrees, if you multiply the whole equation by half, so half measure of angle EMX plus half measure of angle EMZ will be equal to 90 degrees. Then measure of angle YME, which is half the EMX, plus the measure of angle EML, which is half the angle EMZ, equals 90 degrees. So measure of angle YME plus the measure of angle EML is the measure of angle YML. So measure of angle YML is 90 degrees. So in this question, YML is 90 degrees. Let's now move on to the evaluation part. Question number 1. In the opposite figure, AB straight line intersects CD straight line at point M. Then what is the value of x? That you can see here. So here, in the opposite figure, angle CMB and angle AMD are vertically opposite angles. So 3x is equal to 150. Then x is 50 degrees. Question 2. In the opposite figure, MB ray is perpendicular to MA ray, and MC ray bisects the reflexed angle AMB. Then what is the measure of angle AMC? As long as these three angles together, their sum is 360 degrees, and these two angles are equal to each other, then the measure of angle AMC equals 360. I take away 90 degrees, so the answer is 270. You divide it by 2, so each angle is 135 degrees. So the measure of angle AMC is 135 degrees. And now, dear students, we came to the end of our session. Thank you and wishing you best of luck.